Big thanks to Kamado Joe for sponsoring this episode.
Hey, welcome to another episode. I'm Pitmaster X and today I'm going to be mixing my favorite ingredients, beef, whiskey and coffee. Before I'm going to dive into this recipe, I want to talk to you about our website, pitmasterx.com. Go check it out because there are loads and loads of recipes on there and they're all for free. You can go just there and like, wow, amazing recipe. Wow, amazing recipe. Print them out, like go crazy, do whatever you want, totally free. And I made it for you. Go check it out after the video. Now you know it's gonna be a good day when you got a beautiful Wagyu picanha laying in front of you. And yes, we do. Look at this insane monster. It is fantastic. It's almost 2 kilograms and it's pure beauty. Wagyu from Australia, it has a great amount of intramuscular fat, but still we have plenty of meat and it's a good value for money option. So what I want to do with this special cut is I want to give it the flavors of whiskey and coffee. Now you might think like, marinating a picanha with whiskey and coffee, are you insane? Just drink the whiskey, drink the coffee and eat the picanha. I understand that thought. And I did that. I've been there, I've done that, but it's getting a little old for me. So I want to mix it up and see if we can bring these together and make something delicious. The first step is going to be cutting our picanha into steaks. Now, of course, I like my steaks nice and thick, so we're going to go for 2.5 fingers thick steaks. And now we can take a look inside that picanha. What a beauty. This last little piece is for the dog. There we go, happy dog. And the rest of the steaks is gonna go into my Ziploc bag. And the beauty of a Ziploc bag is that you don't have to use that much fluid to make sure everything is marinated. And when you're using whiskey, that's a good thing. So I'm adding 100 milliliters of whiskey, 200 milliliters of cold brew coffee, 2 whole bay leaves, 10 peppercorns, a tablespoon of Worcester sauce and 2 tablespoons of salt. Close the Ziploc bag, make sure it's tight except for that last part and then push out all the air. Now we're going to set this in the fridge and leave it there for at least 4 hours. Well, it's been 6 hours and these steaks look mighty fine. So let's take a closer look. Beautiful color change, definitely good smell of whiskey. And that means we're gonna get oak barrel flavors and that's what I love. It combines so well with barbecue. And I'm really curious to find out if we get that coffee fragrance as well. Oh yeah. Definitely coffee fragrance, whiskey and coffee. I want to make sure I get my steaks good and dry with a piece of paper towel because once they hit the grill and there's still a lot of moisture on it, then the energy from the fire first has to get rid of the moisture and then it starts the caramelizing process. But I want the caramelizing process to start instantly. So that's why you got to pat it dry with a piece of paper towel. Now you know. I carved the fat caps off my steak, put some sea salt on it, and now they're ready for the grill. So there we go. And we're going to put them over direct heat because I'm looking for that instant sear. We need the fat to render down and we need the meat to caramelize. Once I get the color and caramelization that I'm looking for, I want to make sure that I take the steaks away from the heat. So first I'm going to place them to an area where I have less flames and now I'm going to create an indirect zone. So I'm going to put in a heat deflector from the Kamado Joe Big Joe. Then I'm going to lift the whole grill grate up and place it over indirect heat. Once we hit a core temperature of 54 degrees Celsius, our steaks are done. We're taking them off the grill and let them rest. The steak looks absolutely fantastic. Beautiful cuisson, nicely caramelized on the outside.
It's been like, I don't know, way too long since I had a proper picanha. Wagyu, yeah. Wagyu picanha. So I'm really looking forward to this and it looks beautiful. Here we go.
Definitely a lot of flavor from the whiskey and the coffee. But the funny thing is like, the flavor is more in the fat cap than it is in the meat. It's like, super tasty. The outside, insane.
The strange part is like, most of the whiskey flavor is in the fat cap. Like, in the meat itself, not so much. But that's fine because it's still a Wagyu picanha, so it complements the steak.
And you kind of can see it, like, there's a discoloration and the outside is a little bit different of texture. Like the inside of the steak still has that real picanha texture and picanha flavor. The outside is kind of like brined, but at the same time, the flavors of the whiskey and the coffee are in there. This is insane. This is good. The apprentice is playing with the dog again. Yeah. This is like a bad idea.
Yeah, you know you get bitten.
Yeah, stay next to the light, don't move, don't get close to the dog with meat in your hand. That's a bad idea. So, I really like what it does to the outside of the crust.
Yeah, but that's what I like about it, the whole coffee part of it. I don't think the whiskey goes along that well as it should, because
it's a little expensive for what it does to the meat.
Yeah.
But just imagine having these kebabs, super tender, and then just fire roasted. That will be so awesome with this marinade. Don't get eaten by the dog. People can see this, like we should point the camera the other way. Maybe we should save the apprentice right now.
Come here, come to this side.
Yeah, come to this side. You'll be more safe here, I hope.
Yeah, slice him some meat.
Come, you can have some. The dog is following you. Have some.
This part of the whole taste test area is way safer than that part.
Yeah. No. Is it good?
Yeah.
See,
I taste the whiskey more than the coffee.
Wait a minute. How old are you?
We made a beautiful plate.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
It's fried mushrooms, a little bit of onion, of course some salt and pepper, a little bit of olive oil, steak on top, and then, how's that fruit called in English? The one you tap on, all the juicy things come out. It's if you want
juicy things.
We shouldn't tell them. If you don't go near the dog. Stay here, you'll be safe. Trust me. But if you want to know what it is, you can find it on the website.
Check it out on the website.
Pitmaster.com. Hope to see you guys soon.
Until then, thank you all the patrons and the YouTube members. Yeah?
Yeah.
This is weird, man. I'm totally confused now.
So thank you. See you guys next time.
Eet smakelijk.
And keep on grilling. Now let's save the apprentice.